Hello, everybody. It is Road to Recovery, and man, did we have one hell of a morning. I could not get this stupid live to go up. For some reason, it kept on dying on the vine. So, good morning, everybody. It's been a little while. Yeah, I'm completely unprepared this morning. I was literally running in saying, I can't miss another Monday morning chat. This chat is for anyone who wants to just come on in and talk about their recovery effort. So if you want to use the chat, you can. You can chat about anything. You can chat about anything. I just provide myself and this time for being able to interact with anybody who may be either in the recovery effort or is going through a bit of work themselves on, just getting into recovery, or has gone through the effort, is already a veteran and just wants to do some chat. Yeah, I got just a fun bit of information. I actually got unfortunately shadow banned on Twitter. So yet again, they have seized onto me, and I don't know what I said. I have asked them several times on Twitter, "Hey guys, why do you keep shadow banning me?" I've tried avoiding using, bad words like the word porn. If you spell out the word porn, PORN, I think they have a script that will just insta ban. They'll put that shadow ban on you, and they won't tell you. That's the part that kills me. It's like you won't get a warning when it actually happens. They'll just do it, and you'll be left to wonder. It's like, man, I haven't seen anybody come on in or interact with me at all, and it's because you got shadow banned. So yeah, it's getting frustrating. I can't lie, man. It's getting very frustrating having to constantly monitor what I'm doing on Twitter. And, mind you, I'm not saying anything bad on Twitter. I am not saying anything bad on Twitter. I don't show any risque images. I don't even have like detailed sexual discussions on Twitter. All I do is I talk about, tactics. That's my number one thing. I'll occasionally post articles, and those are not like, some backwater third party app. I usually post something from major publications. So yeah, I have no idea at all why I keep getting shadow banned by Twitter. And it's getting frustrating. It's I try to do a lot of my reach out through Twitter because I know there's lots of people out there that need the help. But it gets to a point where sometimes I ask myself, is it really worth it? I mean, I've got more of a sustained audience on YouTube than over on the Twitter side of things. And Twitter does not make things easier. They do not make things easier at all. So yeah, your guess is as good as mine. And I'm left to wonder how I should proceed. Anyway, so what things have happened recently? I recently went on a ski trip with some recovery buddies, and that was fun. Got to go out and do a little bit of skiing, and I'm an avid skier, so it's always fun for me to be out there. But something about being on top of a mountain when there's like especially when the sky's clear and you can look out and you can see the horizon, and you just clear your mind, man, and just all the thoughts and concerns of the freaking universe just kind of slip away, and it's just you and the sky and the snow. And yeah, it's a very pure feeling. It feels like it just like cleansing of the soul. um Recovery wise, what do we got lined up? I just wanted to talk about, there's one thing I did want to talk about today. And there's something I've been seeing in this particular person that I've been working with recently, that I see it universal. It's a universal problem, that somebody will get into recovery and they'll get the snowball rolling, so to speak. So everything's going well. Everything is going well. And then something happens, something bad happens in their life, and they're unable to maintain the discipline that they set inside of their recovery plan. Why is that a bad thing? Well, the second that you start losing your discipline, all of a sudden your brain, which you are trying to train to adapt to the new routines, is no longer playing nice, right? The brain is looking for that out. It's looking for that excuse. And until you can get those new routines to really seize hold to where they're almost second nature, it's going to look for that out as quickly as it possibly can. And it's why those first 60 to 90 days are so critical, man. You've got to establish those routines. They've got to become hardened. And you've got to treat everything recovery first. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Recovery first. First 60 to 90 days, recovery first. That's got to be your attitude. Everything else is secondary. You're dating somebody, secondary. You've got, family in from town, secondary. Your recovery comes first. Sorry, that's just the way it is. So you have to be disciplined. You have to put your recovery first above all things, except for, of course, your own life or like maybe that of your, wife or daughter or something like that. But we're saying in generalities here, you can't make excuses in your mind. The second you start doing that, everything falls apart. And sure enough, the guy I was working with, exactly that same thing happened. For him, it was kind of a unique situation. There was there was another person that was involved that he was interested in, but the relationship ended and just kind of fell apart. And you've got to put your recovery first. And I'm going to say that about 3 or 4 more times before the end of this broadcast today. You have to put your recovery first in all situations. The routine has to set in. You give yourself a break. I don't care what that break is. You give yourself a break. It's doomsday. You have just failed, because what's going to happen? You're going to cave into your desires because you haven't established the routines that give your brain the necessary traction to be able to sustain the recovery effort. Recovery is all about discipline, man. What do I talk about here? I give you tactics. I give you how to build a recovery plan. I give you a lot of different things on this channel, right? And I do this to all of my sponsees. It's all about routine, getting discipline. You combine the discipline with the course of action that you need to take, and then everything is going to work out in your favor. Everything is going to work out in your favor. But you've got to keep up the routine. So, yeah, you're not going to see me around on Twitter for about another 4 or 5 days. I got to give myself a little bit of break. That's the way it works. There's scripts. They just, for whatever reason, they consider if you haven't posted in 4 or 5 days that they'll let you back in. And so I'll eventually get out there and do some outreach. But it kind of kills me a little bit because I get the most interaction from this YouTube channel through my Twitter DMs. So people are always DMing me, and I'm just going to have to take a little break for right now. I'm still looking for somebody. If you are 30 days into recovery and you would like to talk about your recovery, I'm looking to do an interview with somebody who's fresh into the effort, that's succeeded in 30 days or more. So if you're feeling pretty proud about your effort and you want to talk about it, maybe you want to talk about some of the success you've been having, some of the lessons learned that you've had in your recovery effort, I would love to hear from you. I'd love to talk to you. And I promise your anonymity. So you can reach out to me through roadtorecovery11@yahoo.com. Again, that's roadtorecovery11@yahoo.com. You can also, when I get back on Twitter, go to my profile on my Yahoo account, and you will find the link to Twitter, and click on that, and you can DM me right through Twitter, and I try to reply to all DMs. But I am looking for somebody to interview, and I've been saying it for a while, and I have no takers. That's the funny thing. It's like I've had experts on. I've had a licensed clinical social worker. I've had 2 therapists come on and do interviews with, but it's been a lot harder for me to find somebody in the recovery space that just wants to talk. And I know you're out there. I know you're listening, but I promise I won't bite, man. The people who listen to you talking about your recovery, they're going to benefit so much from this. It's the reason why I have my stories of a porn addict. I know that by me talking about this, it's going to help others, because one of my stories, I'm sure, is going to resonate with somebody. They're going to be like, oh yeah, I know that feel. Yeah, you will know that feel. All those guys that are out there that are struggling in some way or another are going to relate to whatever story you have going on. So anyway, that's all I've got to say this morning. If I don't see anybody else, I don't see anybody in chat right now. If I don't see anybody in chat, I'm sorry, guys. It was late. I'm struggling with YouTube this morning, but it wasn't my fault for a change. It was all their end. So if I don't see anybody else coming on, I am just going to call it quits for today. And I'm going to have some more videos up this week. I promise myself that I'm going to get a few more tactics up online, and I may have one or two more other things that I'll talk about. So thanks for tuning in, and please stay on that road to recovery. Take care of yourself.